Welcome back, everyone. Ajax the Mister here, and we have another stellar review for My Hero. Actually, it's not My Hero, it's Tokyo Ghoul. Scratch that first part. We are focusing right now on episode 10 of Tokyo Ghoul Re, and starting off this episode we have Eto making her appearance. I believe she kind of appeared earlier on in this season as well, just, you know, popping her head here and there like, hey, I'm part of this season as well. But now she is confronting Kane, Roswald. And at first it mostly seems like she's just there to troll him. She's taunting him with, like, you know, the apple, and kind of screwing up his body by impaling him with her Kagune and all that crap. But at the same time, it's like, yo, Eto, where exactly are you going with this? But to be honest, she's putting in his mind what Roswald somewhat believed in some regards, especially with the reoccurrence or the reappearance of Sasaki. Roswald has had this impression that maybe Tsukiyama doesn't really care about Roswald or his family. Maybe he just cares about Ken Kaneki, because look at when Kaneki finally makes his reappearance back into the show. All of a sudden, Tsukiyama is up and at him again. He's excited. He can go outside. He's starting to eat. He's not, you know, flesh and bones. But when Roswald was taking care of him for all that time, nothing Roswald did could ever get Tsukiyama out of his slump. And then I'm sure there were some other instances where Roswald was just, you know, basically treated poorly from Tsukiyama. So Eto's basically just putting seeds of doubt in his mind. Now, beyond that, I really don't remember what Eto's, you know, grand plan or her scheme was in trying to do this with Roswald. I'm sure it's gonna play a huge part later on in this arc, or at least towards the end of this season of Re. But as of now, it's not clicking right now. I know that she messed him up pretty badly. I think we all saw the end of this episode and we're like, damn, Roswald, boy. Oh, Lord. But yeah, it's like, I'm wondering where exactly she's going with this, because that's a plot point that went over my head entirely in the manga. So really excited to see how that's going to go there. Now, since we're on the train of forgetful Ajax, we then transition into basically Shirazu elaborating in his mind more on his past with his sister, and we kind of see exactly how this whole shenanigan started, where she has a severe case of pink eye. Just one day she just came home and she had something on her face, and it turned out to be something related to ghouls. Again, this is one of those things that I really honestly don't remember from the manga. I do remember it being there, okay? So it's not like I completely forgot about Shirazu's sister and his goals with her and whatnot. It's just I forgot this plot point, like where it develops. Like how did this happen to this girl? Like, I want to know why she has this massive what seems like a Kagune growth coming from her eye socket, and it's just getting worse and worse. So once again, another plot point I cannot remember, but I'm hoping that we get more insight on that along with Roswald and you know, Eto. So two big things, two big plot points in this episode of Re that I just don't remember them. I don't remember how they develop. I remember they happened, but it's like, where's it gonna go from here? So that's kind of exciting to see as well. But then from there, we also got some development for Shirazu himself. Shirazu shaved his head. That's normally a big sign of development for characters in fiction. Normally when they make a drastic change in their appearance, whether it be you know, hardcore mutilation or scarring or something. Sometimes it's, you know, really lax. Sometimes it's just, you know, a big makeover or shaving of the head. And that's what Shirazu went. I'm pretty sure he didn't want to go the violent route. So yeah, Shirazu now has a stronger resolve. Hopefully he can start using Nutcracker's weapon, because up until this point, he just hasn't been able to get it in him. He's been mad nauseous just thinking about even utilizing Nutcracker's Quink. Now, there's a plot point that I do remember. It's what happens to Shirazu, at least towards the end, what I'm assuming is going to be this season. I'm assuming at the end of the season, the thing with Shirazu will wrap up. You know, his story arc and whatnot, but I'm really excited to see how they're gonna play it out, because it's gonna be so beautiful, it's gonna be so emotional. I'm all levels of hyped for that. and I'm hoping that the anime does that scene justice. But that was just the first third of the episode. Transitioning to the second third, it is Sasaki, Ken Kaneki through and through. Sasaki trying to find out exactly who Ken Kaneki was, who was Amon, why are Ken Kaneki and Amon related, what happened to them, why did Amon go missing, and you did get a few emotional scenes here and there. Sasaki getting so frustrated at not being able to understand who he really is as a person, and you see him, you know, lash out at Amon saying like, do you know how frustrating it is not knowing who you are or why certain people look at you a certain way? Because there was even a scene where Sasaki was disguised as the eye patch and a whole bunch of ghouls were like, no, I'm bouncing that way. So Sasaki definitely noticed the fear that Ken Kaneki instilled in many of the ghouls back when he was running around as the white-haired eye patch. And his whole arc in this episode wrapped up pretty nicely with Tsukiyama, where Sasaki somewhat knew that, you know, Tsukiyama was a ghoul. Like, he could sense it. He could sense that this guy was a little bit too obsessive with him, and he never met this guy before, so what other person he could be obsessed with was his past self, Ken Kaneki. So he goes up to Tsukiyama, tells him, bro, like, are you a ghoul? Oh, hold on, wait. On second thought, let me ask you this. Did you know Ken Kaneki? And from then on, he kind of explains to Tsukiyama why exactly he's curious. And it's pretty much what I've been saying this entire season, in that Sasaki wants to know about Ken Kaneki, but at the same time, he doesn't want to sacrifice the life that he has with his current family, his friends, the CCG. That includes Arima, Amon, Uri, POS Uri, and Shirazu, everyone in the cast of Ri in terms of the CCG. Sasaki loves them. Those are his family. That's the people that he's known for what seems like his entire life. And if the memories of Ken Kaneki start to resurface because he's being more exposed to things that were related to his past, what's gonna happen to Sasaki? Is Sasaki gonna be repressed? Is Sasaki gonna be, you know, completely deleted? Because at least Ken Kaneki can still be there. He's like clawing inside of his mind saying, yo man, let me out. But Sasaki, who knows what might happen to him? So I like this dynamic. You know, Ri started off really rocky when it came to finding out exactly who this character was, if it indeed was Ken Kaneki. But upon confirming that it actually was, it just makes it a little bit more interesting, because the hype train for when Ken Kaneki does eventually come out starts building up more and more, and I definitely like that aspect. Sasaki wasn't the only one that got development in this episode as well. Shu of all people got some more development. It was pretty much confirmed in this episode that he does care about his family. That includes Roswell as well. He cares about Roswell. He cares about his dad, his servants. He has people that he wants to protect. Even some of the people at the coffee shop, and especially Ken Kaneki because he was related to the coffee shop. But still, it shows that Tsukiyama is much more beyond what we initially thought of him as, which was a main antagonist of an early arc in the original Tokyo Ghoul anime and manga. So seeing this development, you know, from him growing from just that generic type of villain that just wants to be aristocratic and eat gourmet food, seeing him transition from that into what he is now, I feel like that makes him more human. And that's the whole point of Tokyo Ghoul, seeing the ghouls, seeing their human side, seeing what makes them as relatable to humans and not just these freaking monsters. Because right now the Tsukiyama family is done, their name is in the ground, and they have a whole CCG like division outside waiting to, you know, slaughter them. But of course Shu himself was able to get out of that scenario as fast as possible, but we all know at least that it's not gonna end that easy. So I'm excited to see what's gonna go down. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What did you like about this episode? Again, it wasn't really an action-oriented episode. A lot of the recent episodes of Tokyo Ghoul haven't been action-oriented, but I felt like we've gotten enough character development with members from both the Ghoul side and the CCG to really enjoy what we're seeing. Because if anything is to happen to any of these characters, whether that be mutilation, death, or harm, or loss of loved ones, you're gonna feel it because you see these characters actually giving a crap about their comrades, their family, and whatnot. So there's a big wave of tragedy about to hit this massive wall of Tokyo Ghoul, and I cannot wait to see how that wall's gonna crumble, because things are gonna get heated, and I hope the season finale does all of these different story arcs justice, because it's gonna be one hell of a ride. But once again, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to click that dumbbell next to the subscribe button to stay updated with all of my videos whenever I upload them. I'm Ajax the Mister, and as always, folks, thanks for watching.